Imagine standing in a field, looking up at the sky and seeing something that looks like it could be from another planet. That's what Brachiosaurus was like when it walked on Earth around 150 million years ago during the late Jurassic period. This giant sauropod wasn't just big. It was one of the largest dinosaurs ever discovered, with a neck longer than a school bus and towering over everything else in its habitat. Brachiosaurus, with its massive body and long neck, was the king of late Jurassic North America. Picture a sauropod so enormous that its head could reach the tops of the tallest trees of its time. Imagine being in a forest where towering conifers were snapped off like twigs by this creature's incredible size. But here's what nobody tells you. Brachiosaurus didn't just tower over everything else, it was also incredibly massive. With an estimated weight of around 25 to 30 tons, this sauropod would have been as heavy as 5 adult elephants standing side by side. Can you picture that? 5 massive elephants all in one dinosaur. And then get this, their long necks weren't just for show. These dinosaurs had a complex system of air sacs running through their neck and even into their vertebrae. They were basically filled with pockets of air to keep them buoyant and light enough to move around without breaking everything underfoot. But here's the catch. These air sacs helped Brachiosaurus maintain an efficient respiratory system, constantly expelling carbon dioxide-rich air while taking in fresh oxygen. You'd never want to be near it on a warm day, as its breath would be intense and smelly. But you know what? The part that breaks me is still coming. Because when it comes to diet, Brachiosaurus wasn't just eating its way through the late Jurassic. It was a forest-clearing giant with every bite. Its small peg-like teeth were perfect for stripping leaves off branches from towering trees. But here's the real kicker. They had a feeding range of up to 9 meters horizontally and vertically. That means Brachiosaurus could stand in one spot and strip foliage from trees that were up to 6 meters away without moving its feet, showcasing the impressive reach of its long neck. Now let's be honest, how much leafy greens can you eat before you get bored? Turns out Brachiosaurus didn't just snack, it feasted. It was constantly munching on over a ton of plant matter every day, equivalent to eating your weight in lettuce nonstop for days. And that doesn't even begin to cover the insane amount they'd need to stay hydrated. Brachiosaurus roamed the late Jurassic landscapes around 150 million years ago, its massive bulk sustained by an unending supply of vegetation. But wait, there's more. Here's where it gets eerie. Brachiosaurus lived during the late Jurassic period, tilde 154-150 million years ago, alongside numerous predators like Allosaurus, but there are no marks on their bones from teeth or claws. These massive beasts had defenses that went beyond just being big. They likely roamed in groups for safety, and used their long necks to keep watch for any threats lurking below. But here's the thing, despite all this, Brachiosaurus was still vulnerable. Imagine a forest filled with these giants, towering over everything. And then think about what happened when they died. A single fallen Brachiosaurus would have created an entire ecosystem of decay and scavenging. Their massive bones would attract numerous scavengers like Allosaurus or Ceratosaurus, altering the landscape as they stripped away flesh and broke down bone. And now hold that thought, because the part that breaks me is still coming. Despite all this incredible power and size, we only know a fraction of what it was like for Brachiosaurus to live in its world. We can imagine them eating, drinking, and moving through the lush forests, but there's so much more. What sounds did they make? How did they communicate? Did they form social groups? But here's where it gets really haunting. When you look at a Brachiosaurus today, you're seeing something that once thrived over 150 million years ago, but then vanished without warning. These massive sauropods dominated their world for millions of years before eventually disappearing forever, leaving behind only bones and fossils to tell the story. And here's the strangest part, their extinction isn't just about them, it's about us. Brachiosaurus reminds us how fleeting dominance can be. These colossal sauropods were massive and powerful during the late Jurassic period, tilde 154-150 million years ago, yet they are now gone. And that leaves a question, what if something like this happened to our own world? What if we too became a memory trapped in rock? But let's take a moment to consider the real impact of these giants. Imagine walking through a forest where Brachiosaurus once roamed 150 million years ago, finding their bones scattered among ancient trees. It's a haunting reminder that even the mightiest creatures are just passing shadows in the grand scheme of Earth's history. So here's what I want you to remember. Every time you see an image of Brachiosaurus towering over the landscape, it's not just awe, it's also a touch eerie. Because we're looking at something that was once so dominant in its Jurassic world, and now is nothing more than fossils in our hands. And that's the real story of these dinosaurs. But wait, there's one last thing. Brachiosaurus wasn't just about its size, it was about its impact on its ecosystem. As a dominant sauropod in the late Jurassic period around 150 million years ago, it played a crucial role in shaping plant communities through extensive browsing and feeding behaviors. Its massive bulk would have left behind an environment rich with decay and growth, supporting diverse ecosystems. That's why when you look at a Brachiosaurus today, you're not just seeing a dinosaur. You're seeing a force of nature that once ruled North America and parts of Europe during its reign in prehistory. And here's where it all comes full circle. The power of these giants lies not in their bones, but in how they changed everything around them. They were more than just big, they were transformative. And when you think about what happened to Brachiosaurus during the late Jurassic period, it's impossible not to wonder what other transformations are happening right now that we can't see. So, as you ponder the mystery of Brachiosaurus and its disappearance from our world, remember this. These weren't just dinosaurs. They were colossal creatures whose story stretches far beyond their fossilized remains. With necks reaching towards the clouds and bodies that dwarfed everything around them, imagine Brachiosaurus roaming a vast, lush landscape of the late Jurassic period, 154 to 150 million years ago. A world we can only dream about but is vividly reconstructed by modern science. What if something like that could happen again? That's what makes Brachiosaurus more than just awe-inspiring, it's eerily unforgettable. Imagine a planet where these titans were the architects of entire ecosystems during the late Jurassic period, tilde 154-150 million years ago. They didn't just walk through forests and floodplains, they shaped them. Every step left an imprint on the Earth, every bite altered the landscape, influencing plant growth and distribution across vast swaths of North America and Africa. Brachiosaurus had a diet that rivaled any modern-day elephant's appetite, but on a scale so massive it defies comprehension. Picture a single Brachiosaurus reaching up with its long neck to strip entire trees of foliage, creating clearings that could take years to regenerate. And what about their waste? Every deposit was like spreading fertilizer across the land, enriching soil for decades and supporting lush vegetation growth. Subject Brachiosaurus giant sauropod. But here's where it gets even wilder. These giants had an impact on plant evolution too. Over millions of years, plants adapted to become larger and more robust, evolving strategies to withstand constant herbivory by enormous sauropods like Brachiosaurus. It's as if Brachiosaurus sculpted its own food source with every meal. And then there's their sheer dominance over their environment. When you consider that a single Brachiosaurus could weigh around 80 tons, imagine what a herd of these giants would look like as they moved across prehistoric landscapes, creating seismic tremors beneath their feet and reshaping riverbeds and waterways with every drink. But what happened to these giants? We know they vanished from Earth's stage sometime during the late Cretaceous period. Brachiosaurus itself went extinct at the end of the Jurassic period, around 145 million years ago. Did climate change or other factors play a role in their disappearance? Or was it something more sinister lurking in the shadows, like evolving predators such as Carcharodontosaurs and Spinosaurids? Each theory adds another layer to the mystery, but none offer concrete answers yet. The real enigma isn't just Brachiosaurus itself, but the late Jurassic period when this giant sauropod roamed Earth. Fossils provide clues about this era, yet we still have much to uncover and understand about the world these colossal herbivores inhabited. So when you look at the remains of this colossal creature, remember, you're not just seeing bones, you're looking into an ancient world where giants walked. Brachiosaurus, with its impressive height and massive bulk, roamed the late Jurassic landscape around 154 to 150 million years ago. alongside other giants like Apatosaurus and Camarasaurus. This awe-inspiring creature dominated its ecosystem, shaping our understanding of prehistoric life in ways we are still uncovering today. Brachiosaurus wasn't just a dinosaur. It was a colossal marvel, a creature that challenges every limit of what we think is possible on this planet. The thought of such beings walking the earth sends shivers down your spine, doesn't it? Because once you start thinking about them, you can't stop imagining the vast Jurassic landscapes where giants like Brachiosaurus truly roamed over 150 million years ago. As we stand here contemplating the legacy of Brachiosaurus, one of the largest dinosaurs to have ever lived, we must also wonder, what secrets lie hidden in the vast expanses of Earth's past, waiting to be discovered? What other unimaginable creatures roamed our planet, shaping and transforming ecosystems beyond anything we've ever seen? In a way, Brachiosaurus isn't just a reminder of our past. It's a window into the incredible diversity and scale of life during the late Jurassic period, around 150 million years ago in North America and Africa. This giant sauropod stands as a testament to the evolutionary marvels that once roamed Earth, inviting us to dream about the unimaginable wonders of prehistoric ecosystems long since vanished. So next time you gaze up at the stars or wander through a forest, remember Brachiosaurus and the magic it represents. The awe-inspiring power of giants that once ruled our planet during the late Jurassic period around 154 to 150 million years ago. Imagine standing in a lush prehistoric landscape with towering conifers reaching towards the sky. Now imagine those trees as mere shrubs compared to the sheer scale of Brachiosaurus, which could reach heights over 13 meters and weighed up to 62 tons. These dinosaurs weren't just big. They were an entire ecosystem's worth of biomass condensed into one colossal body. Picture their long necks stretching high above the canopy, their heads moving gracefully between tree branches as they fed on vegetation inaccessible to other herbivores. Their bones alone tell us something extraordinary. This dinosaur had a femur over 2 meters long, bigger than most adults are tall. And yet it wasn't just their size that's mind-boggling. It was how they managed to move on land without sinking. Brachiosaurus likely spent its days in water-rich habitats, but not because they needed the buoyancy of mud and wetlands to support its massive weight. Rather, these environments provided abundant vegetation and potential relief from heat stress due to their immense size. Can you imagine a creature so large navigating dense forests while supporting itself with its powerful limbs? But here's what really makes them unforgettable. Their digestive system was as vast as they were. These giants had an enormous gut filled with fermenting plant material, essentially a stomach the size of a small room. This allowed them to extract nutrients from low-quality vegetation that other animals couldn't process, transforming entire landscapes through sheer biological might. And let's not forget their impact on evolution itself. Brachiosaurus pushed the limits of dinosaurian biology so far that it hints at what was possible in prehistoric ecosystems. Ecosystems we can study today through fossils and scientific inquiry. These ecosystems may have hosted even more extraordinary creatures, yet to be discovered by science. Just think about that. Somewhere out there, or perhaps right here on Earth millions of years ago, nature crafted beasts beyond our wildest dreams, such as the recently identified giant sauropod Patagotitan majorum from Argentina. So next time you look up and see a cloud passing over the sun, remember Brachiosaurus, one of the largest dinosaurs to have ever lived, embodying the awe-inspiring diversity and scale that roamed Earth during the late Jurassic period around 154 million years ago.